Welcome to Drawing Fibonacci Extensions for Elliott Wave 3. In this presentation, we will discuss the most common Fibonacci extensions for Elliott Wave 3, and then we'll show you how to draw these lines on your chart using eSignal's advanced charting. Here we see the most common Fibonacci extensions for Elliott Wave 3. 15% of the time, Elliott Wave 3 extends between 1.0 and 1.618 times the length of Wave 1. 45% of the time, the extension occurs between 1.618 and 1.75 times the length of Wave 1. 30% of the time, between 1.75 and 2.62 times the length of Wave 1. And the remaining 8% of the time, Wave 3 extends more than 2.62 times the length of Wave 1. If we combine the two most common extensions, we find that 75% of the time, Wave 3 will end between 1.618 and 2.62 times the length of Wave 1. Since these are the most common extensions, these are the two that we'll focus on. Next, we'll discuss how to draw these extensions in the eSignal software. To draw the Wave 3 extensions in the eSignal program, you will need to locate the fib ext button on the eSignal line bar. If you do not see the line bar, click on View, locate line bar from the menu, and make sure there's a check mark next to it. Left-click on line bar, and that should enable the eSignal line bar on your screen. Next, we need to set the proper extensions in the fib ext properties. To do this, right-click on the fib ext button, and the Fibonacci extension menu should appear on your screen. Earlier, we discussed that 1.618 and 2.618 were the most common Wave 3 extensions. Make sure in your Fibonacci extension properties window, all of the other values are turned off and only 1.618 and 2.618 are turned on. To turn off the other values, left-click on the On button, and that will toggle the value off. Now, the only values that are turned on are 1.618 and 2.618. Once your values are set, left-click OK, and now we can begin drawing the extensions on the chart. Left-click on the Fibonacci extension button. Our first click will be on the beginning of Elliott Wave 1. This will always be labeled as a C or a 5 on your chart. Left-click on the beginning of Wave 1. Next, we'll left-click on the end of Wave 1. Our third and final click will be at the bottom of Wave 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to extend my lines out to the right to extend the 1.6 and 2.618 lines. Match the 0.00 line with the bottom of Elliott Wave 2. Once you have that set, left-click final time, and the 1.618 and the 2.618 lines are set. If your chart is in an Elliott Wave 3, keep in mind, most Elliott Wave 3s will end between that 1.6 and 2.618 lines.